And we're live. Oh, it's been some time, friends. It's been some time. I'm a little early, but I'm going to be joined here shortly with Kim Hansson, who I adore. And we're going to talk about pleasure and frequency and magnetism and what that even means for you, what that means for us, what it means for your business. So I will wait for her because I am early, just to make sure I remembered how to do this. But we are live. Christy, come on in. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I haven't been live in a while, and I do love to be on camera. I confess. I definitely confess. And I'll wait for the invitation for Kim. It's still a little bit early. And so, yes, there we go. There's Kim. And then do I invite you to join or do you ask to join, my dear? I think you asked to join. Oh, looks like it. Whoop. Okay. I saw you. I saw you. Hi. Ah! Oh my gosh. I was sitting here going, uh-oh, I don't know. Did it really work?
It worked.
Oh my gosh, Kim. This is like a small miracle in and of itself, is it not?
It
Like
is.
like how we found each other and how we were both in Goss magazine and there just was affinity and alignment and juicy connection and then we're in other spaces on the internet together and like
Yes.
I'm just so delighted to meet you face to
Um,
face.
yes, me too. I'm so happy that you were just like, okay, yes, let's do this. And this is the
Well,
first time that we meet face to face. This is
Well,
amazing.
and I appreciate your courage so much. I've been told over and over that I'm a little bit like intimidating or people experience me as kind of aloof or unavailable, and I'm not. It's just ask.
I know.
And you did. So it was like, sweet. I'm going to wave to people as we come in because this is a time
Yes.
for all of us. This is not just us being talking heads. We want to engage and we just want to share our energy. First of all, I'm in Colorado and you're in Copenhagen. Like
Just north
just the
of Copenhagen.
logistics of pulling that off,
Yes, I know.
right? Like,
Just a couple of hours ago, I was like, are we absolutely sure that this is
yes,
the
it was
time? Just
like,
to make
are you an
sure
hour and a
this
half
is the
away? I'm
time
an
to
hour
start.
and a half away.
Yes. That
That's
was
so
perfect.
cool. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Oh,
think I think we would do a service to the people who are here and who will watch the replay later if we would go ahead and introduce yourself. And I'll just give you the moment to just let everybody know who you are and what you're about and what you do.
yes. Okay, let's do that. So my name is Kim Hansson, and I have been like an entrepreneur for my entire life, it feels like.
Hmm.
For 16 years, I have three
Wow.
kids. The eldest one, she's 16 as well. And so that my entire life has been being a mom and being an entrepreneur,
Wow.
creating the life that I desired. And so I've built a couple of brands, and the past couple of years, I think it's been 4 or 5 years now, I've been mentor for female entrepreneurs,
Hmm.
embodied leaders,
Yep.
and just like walking together, stretching their capacity to hold and just bring in, from
Hmm.
high performance or high achieving and or from, the desire of stepping up, being the leader that you're born to be.
Yes.
And just and connecting with yourself and the
Yes.
frequency that you want to be in and the feminine energy and the
Yes.
feminine leadership.
Yes.
That's what I'm all about. Yes.
Well, and you just emulate it. I mean, let's all just take a moment to notice the shine that comes off this woman, like, and that just pulled me in. I feel like that was your light was the thing that I just went, oh yes, we are in the same camp.
Yes.
So thank you for that. And for those who don't know me, I'm Leslie Gustafson. I love that you said you've been an entrepreneur your whole life. I didn't always think that about myself, but in my own personal journey, it has certainly come to light that I was. I think, born for this, which is to say, I'm a manifester in human design. I'm here to take action and disrupt. And I've been a psychotherapist for over 35 years and a sex and marriage therapist. And then I moved into about 2018, I moved into solely the online space as a master transformation coach and mentor, helping women kind of in every phase that they're in, whether they're stuck, whether they're trying to take their businesses to the next level. But my work is primarily around identity and being the whole magnificent, magnetic, captivating female leaders that we can be, whether that's in our home, whether that's in the workplace, among peers, that we show up in our full, vibrant authenticity, not a put on facade, but the truth of who we really are and how we came out of the gate.
Yes.
And I have had the time of my life creating and innovating with a mastermind with so many offers. Like people say, where to begin? I'm like, go.
I know,
I
right?
do, but it's like, let me talk to you. Let me see who you are and what you need and want and desire right now. And I know we both share the belief that there is limitless
Yes.
potentiality and limitless possibility, even in the evolution of our own identities as women. And the impact and
Yes.
influence that we can have is just otherworldly. And I've had so much fun. For the last 5 years, I started my business, Amazing You, Success and Lifestyle Company. And I've just had a ball. And yeah, oh, wait, let me wave. You guys are all welcome. This is your conversation too. Maybe
Yes.
we'll do conversations at the end, but nevertheless,
Yeah.
we just want you to be able to be with us and get into your bodies and settle
Yeah.
in, right? And breathe
Right.
with us and just engage in conversation. Is that water? Is that champagne? What you
That
got there,
is
girl?
water.
Okay.
This is water with ice, and I
Looked
just
like it
thought
could have
put
been a
it in.
little vodka tonic. I wasn't sure.
It is 6 6
It
p.m.
is
here,
6 years
but
a
it's
happy
not.
hour, right? I'm
It's
in
happy hour.
I'm in
This
right.
is water.
I'm in the champagne hour.
It's water,
But
and I know
yeah,
it's
I
quite
mean
just
that's who
just
we are
having
and we
fun.
do similar kinds of things and you're across the
Mhm.
ocean and I'm right
Yeah.
here. So let's
Yeah.
dig into the topic at hand. It was kind of just easy for us to come up with what we wanted to dip into because pleasure, the frequency we hold, and magnetism is at the heart of not only personal transformation, but influence and living a life that feels good, a
Yes.
life that feels good, all the way from the top of our head to the bottom of our toes, right?
Yes. And you feel it through your entire body, and that's
Yes,
exactly what we're doing when the work that we do is just it's we're working with identity. We're working on being magnetic in your life and
yes,
loving your life
yes,
and like becoming you more of who you truly are. And they're like
yes,
you just rip off the layers again and again and
yes,
again and
yes,
and it's like
yes,
you in your full expression, and then you realize there's another level of your full expression, and with that comes so much more magnetism, and you feel so alive, and being able to just tap into that and switch that on
yes,
and be
yes,
in it, and you know
yes,
frequency of pleasure. It's a frequency of receiving, and I always say like that, how can we install more pleasure into this, like whatever we're
yes,
doing, like how can I
yes.
add even more pleasure? What if I put my water in a in a nice glass?
I know I do
What
it
if like
too. I do it too.
it's just like how can I add more pleasure? How, oh my
Yes.
gosh, life gets to be this good,
It
and it's
gets to
all.
be, it can be absolutely
Mhm.
delicious and exquisite. Exquisite was my
Mhm.
word last year, and it's just completely continued to kind of lead for me. And I think when we're talking about pleasure, sometimes people can be like, what? Like, is that okay? Isn't that just selfish? And what I think we share that when we're talking about pleasure, we're talking about pleasure leading and shedding the crap that has
Yes.
been coming from our histories, whether it's from whatever we walked through, whatever we lived through, the shame, the guilt, the fear, the things that make us feel restricted, contracted, and not free inside of ourselves. And so pleasure is absolutely a pathway, because
Yes.
once we start filling ourselves with pleasure and we start considering what we need and what we want, and we let ourselves have it and we take action for it, what starts to change is not just our insides, but literally our brain.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's just a logical truth that there can't be enough space within us for all of it. So the more the shame gets shed and the fear doesn't lead, now the fear never goes away. You know that. We both know that, right? But we
Yeah.
move
Never.
through it over and over and over. And we elevate and evolve. And it gets so empowering, even though it's an overused word, right? It gets like,
Mhm.
wow, life gets bigger, possibility gets bigger. Sometimes our purpose definitely gets bigger along the way, right? And we see more and more how we can affect and influence more and more from a place of, here I go again, feeling good from the inside out, right? That inner yummy.
That inner yummy, but really is. And when you once you realize, I mean, because I think that all of us, as you said, we've been through so much in the
Yes.
past, or our ancestors, and
Mhm.
dimming our lights, and being making sure that everyone else was good, not like
Yes.
not focusing on yourself. You're not
Yes.
supposed to receive pleasure before. You
Yes.
have to give first to
Yes.
everyone else,
Yes.
and you have
Yes.
to do before you can have, before you can be, and you cannot just be. I mean, just a couple. I mean,
Oh my gosh,
I've
let's just
been.
celebrate that piece right there, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
we're conditioned to be tending to everyone else's needs, being the caregiver, making sure everyone's okay. Others' needs are always uh, very often prioritized, to the effect that we are, many people get lost or never discovered, or they never like get in touch with who they really are, because like, how do I do that when I'm like, are you okay, are you okay, are you okay? And that
Yeah.
there's a survival in that for many, right? It
Yes.
worked as survival to please and accommodate and codepend and do the things that you needed to do to survive,
Mhm.
even thrive in whatever you walked through. And that's completely variable for all of us, but no one escapes it, which is to say we're always trying to find our way, right?
Yeah.
And then when we can shift that into, wait a minute, am I even on my list of priorities? Am I even being considered? And
Yeah.
if you wait and wait and wait for somebody else to keep considering you,
Mm.
and the love to come towards you and the validation to come towards you, then you keep missing out on the gold of this relationship with yourself.
Mm.
Oh, anyway, I could go on and on. But anyway, I had to cheer that, because the being
Yes.
piece, right? We're not
Yes.
human doers, we're human beings.
We're human beings. Exactly. We're human beings. And the more value you give yourself, the more you give to yourself, the more valuable you feel, the more important your emotions, your wants, your needs, everything becomes. And the more you start like giving yourself that, the more
Yes,
you just start overflowing, and life, like everyone in your life receives that. So,
yes,
but it's they receive it from your overflow and not from lack, because that's what you're in. You're over giving, overdoing, over like everything. I remember when the kids were small and people say like, you gotta take 20 minutes for yourself. 20 minutes for yourself? Like, do people do that? 20 minutes to myself. What
right.
do I do? What do I
Yes,
do? Like,
yes. I saw something on the internet yesterday when somebody said, where do I begin? In the bathroom, close the door, take a
yes.
breath, right? Have a moment for yourself. And that keeps, that can, with intentionality, continue to expand. And
Yeah.
what I found as I started my work, at 25 years old when I was very unwell with a, a number of years of an eating disorder, perfectionism, obsessive compulsive disorder. There wasn't really me, there was just this constant attempt to improve the outer me in order to get love and approval that I never really received in the way that I needed as a child, right?
Mm.
And the avenue was control. So at 25, I finally went in to therapy for me and did really deep work for a very, very long time. And it's never stopped. Because once you start growing and seeing what can happen for you, how you can feel, how you can heal, how you can recover, and how what gets replaced is this real you who has a full range of emotions, right? And can activate passion for the first time, right? I'm not just a robot anymore. Back then it was very, very intense. Uh, and more and more and more as you stay in the journey and you keep at it and you keep expanding and growing and doing the hard work. And I'm sorry to say, people, no one likes to hear this piece. This isn't this isn't the road commonly traveled. It
No.
is the road less traveled because it it requires looking at oneself, looking in the mirror,
Yes.
insighting, discovering the dark in myself and freeing myself from it,
Mhm.
becoming more and more, really, in a way, it's kind of like becoming more and more the child that I never got to be, and
Yeah.
alive, right? Alive and full of pleasure and wonder and awe and the kinds of things that didn't have a way once upon a time. So after,
I
what
love
am I
that. And I
now?
just want to say cheers to that as
Cheers,
well.
let's cheers
Yes.
again. Let's just keep
Yes.
cheering. And here's a fun
Yes.
fact about why, and here's a fun fact about why we're cheering and why we celebrate. Gratitude is a rewiring of your brain if it becomes a practice in your life. And celebration is gratitude heightened. It's a kind of worship. If you're somebody who has a spiritual kind of leaning, it's a time to say, yes, thank you, and
Yeah.
more, please, and more,
Yes.
please.
And more, please. And more, please. And the gratitude and the magnetism that comes out of that, the beauty of life when you're in that frequency of
Yes,
thank you. Yes, more, please. Yes,
yes,
thank you.
yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And
Ah.
pleasure itself. So I'll give you an example of what pleasure looked like in my life just this morning and kind of every morning. First of all, we didn't start this call until 10 o'clock. I offered her 10 o'clock, even though I knew it would be evening for her, because my day does not begin in a people way before this. I get up to slow mornings. I turn on the heat. We're in a little cottage here. It's cold. I get up, I start my coffee. I feed the cat. I bundle on the couch under the most yummy faux fur blanket. That is the best thing I've bought in a long time. You can hit me up if you want to know about that. And I linger and I reflect and I look around the room and I just take it in. I use my senses to kind of ground into the pleasing things that are around me, to activate kind of the part of me that feels good inside and goes, oh, this is good. Look
Yeah.
at the sun coming through the window. Right? And experiencing. Because once the day gets going, we all know the pace changes.
It does.
And I want to start out the day uh, feeling good, feeling ready, feeling grateful, and that gratitude is a certain frequency. And pleasure cultivates higher level frequency. And when we're talking about frequency, we can be in low frequency of despondency and despair, frustration, anger, jealousy. Those are all human emotions. But when we stay in them, we start calling in more of them. And
Yes.
so to kind of climb up however we can from wherever we're
Yeah.
beginning, right? To
Yeah.
more places of joy, places of gratitude, places of contentment, satisfaction, moving on up into, enlightenment and truth and other level kind of spirituality. That is all possible for all of us. And when we are in a higher frequency, and I'm not saying perfect frequency, this is not about being a perfect person. This is about feeling alive and fully you inside, and then going out into the world. And that is magnetism ready, right? We are ready to attract. We are ready to pour into others. We're ready to be open to the goodness, the miracles, whatever might be able to come to us today, unexpectedly, uh, or through our work, right? Intentionally. She's drinking again. I'm cheersing
I'm
again.
drinking again. I want to say cheers to that. Yes.
Right? And we can cultivate a practice every day that moves us into how we want to show up in our life and in our
So,
world. And the possibility, I can't underscore possibility and potentiality.
yeah.
Very often, what we do is we start the day grumbling. It's hard to wake up. Hey, me too. It's hard to wake up, get out
Yes.
of bed, right? We hit
Yeah.
our screens and we hear the bad news, and it's just like
No.
it
And
just
we
it's
get
oh,
influenced by something, right? But we're
we
already
do.
there. Like at that point,
Right.
we decide. We decide. And
Yes.
as you said, it's a practice.
Yes.
So it's not like you just wake up one morning and you feel
And
like,
go, yeah.
yes, I am in gratitude. I want to be completely magnetic. I want to attract everything that I desire. It's like, okay, yes, 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 and then practice and then practice and then practice and
Yes.
stay in it
Because
because
it's all happening at the same time. Think of
yeah.
train tracks, right? All of the old is happening, right? All
Mhm.
of the real emotions, the lens that we're used to living in, which is a negative bias. We're all born with it. I'm sorry, it's the truth. We have an
Yes.
anxious, negative bias that is within us. And we start out in places like anxiety or like
Mhm.
overwhelm, or we look at the world and we just go, oh, we say things like, this is too much, I can't handle it, this world sucks, I want to go
Or
away, I want to
why
stay in
is this
bed, I'm going
or
to
why
curl
is
up in a
this
ball in the corner, right?
yes. Yes. Or like, why is this happening to me? Why is this always happening to me? Why are people like that? Why? Like,
Yes. And
yeah.
that is typical.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
all have that going on, right? And
Mm.
the opposite side of the train track is part of us that wants to feel like a kid with a dream, that I can have it all. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to be whatever I want to be, right? Once upon a time, you were asked in class, I don't know if this is true in Denmark as well, but it's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And like, you're really
Yeah.
little and you're like, I want to be the pizza man, like, or or I want to be a fireman. Or for the girls, it's like, I want to be a princess. I want to be an actress. I want to
No.
be, and it doesn't have to be, gender biased like that, but there's
No.
possibility and big belief.
What did you want to be?
Uh, you know, I think I wanted to be a man. Like, and I say that to say, I was very much like my mother. But like, I was the girl who cut off the Barbie doll hair, and I was out in the street skateboarding and climbing to the trees. And my dad was my hero, and he was an entrepreneur, and he was bigger than life. And like, he was magnetic to me. And so I really wanted to be more like my dad and do big things. And the idea of career was always before the idea of partnership and relationship,
Mhm.
even though the vulnerable side of me longed so much to be, taken care of, be vulnerable, have
Yeah.
a man swoop me up, right? And it
Yes.
took a long time for that to happen for me, but it did.
Yes. Yes. But what I heard, and I want to say cheers to that, was I wanted to be magnetic. I wanted to go after like the
Yes,
big dreams. I wanted to do
yes.
big bold things. So cheers to
Absolutely.
that.
And I did and I did and I did and I did in very
Mhm.
much of a masculine energy, right? I did all the things. I achieved. I was the class
Yeah.
president and treasurer, the cheerleader, the right off to
All
college, and
of
it
that.
just continues until all of a sudden I'm not well and I have to do my work, right? And
Yes.
that's when the whole of me was able to be
Mm.
unleashed. And that unleashing never stops. And friends, we are always really walking each other home every single day together in a collective, right? as
It's
we
all happening in a
as we hold
collective.
each other, as we
Mhm.
um, activate each other, as we share our journeys together, whatever they may be, this sense of belonging and intimacy, and that you're not alone in this world is the backdrop, right? None of us does this alone. We have support, we have resources, hopefully, we have family, or we have family we created, right? All the things. We have a partner, maybe we don't, maybe we want a partner, but we're all in it together. And I think when we have talks like this, where it can seem like, oh my gosh, they have it all together, these women, it's like, it's an everyday choosing.
It's choosing every day,
Yeah,
every single day. It's
yeah.
not that you just like, okay, waking up every day and everything's perfect and amazing. And
Well,
I was in my masculine and now I'm in my feminine and
and
it's
it's
all
just
balanced
all
and
right.
everything is
It's all just
amazing
happens
and
for me and
it's
to
so
me
good
because the truth is we wake up to all sorts of unexpected things every single
every
day,
day. And that's
right?
what I was speaking about in the beginning, like stretching your capacity to hold even more
Hmm.
because that's life. And if you want to achieve bigger things and be in be in your fullest expression as well, you
Hmm.
you are going to walk through some things, you are going to release some shame, you are going to be judged, you're going to be misunderstood, you're going to still have problems at home with a kid or something, and then you are out in the world as the leader that you are. You're holding a lot, and so
Yes,
we all go through things. We're all going through the same things in different ways. And I was like, just this
yes,
morning, like I woke up, I was getting myself ready for a beautiful day. I was going to a networking event. I was looking so much forward to this. And I have a daughter she's not well at the moment.
hmm.
So, and she didn't want to go to her dad. She didn't want to do anything else. She was like, I was it. I was it. And I was just like, okay, I have this entire day, so I have to find out like how do I do this? And I
Yes,
just decide like how do I do this? So okay, this was my day. Then how am I going to make this my day now? Like okay, I she's at home. This is a completely other, like a whole other set of plans than what I
yes.
was expecting. So then how do I do this? How do I manage
How do I
this?
do this? Right. This was
Yeah,
not the plan.
this was
This
not the
was not
plan.
my day.
This was not my day. And
Right.
I just had to work everything together, and everything has been amazing, but I had to rearrange stuff. I was a participant, so there wasn't anything that I had to like do, but I had to still ask myself, because I have, as I said before, I wasn't putting myself first, so I had to really look at the day and say like, if I'm going to be here fully present with her, what do
Yes.
I desire? What do I give myself? What do I need? And what are the things that I want to do? And what are the things that will are the things that I decide this is important. This is what gets done today, and
Yes.
this is what I decide. This is what I need. And even if it's driving, being in the car one and a
Yes.
half hour, and then going for the things that I desire, it's just like that is going to give me energy. So I'm going to prioritize that. And that was like, that has been an entirely different day, and these are the days, like we have to rearrange, we have to manage.
Yes.
Something
Yes.
comes up, something with the kids. It's not like, I remember
Yes.
like the first time that I hit a 6-figure year, And I remember it being so big for me. It's like, okay, this
It is
happened within
big.
like 3 months. So I was just like from I don't know, I think it was like 4 figures to boom, 6 figures. And I was like, what?
Um,
And then all of a sudden everything hit me like I still have to go to the dentist. I still have to drive the kids to like I still have to do all
it's like,
these
wait a minute,
things.
where's the party? Come on.
Where's the party? Where's all of the like glitter and gold and like
Yes.
like my life just like switched into some marvelous dream or something. It's like
No,
you are
there's
still
still
human.
real life happening. And I love how you let us into your mind right there because I could literally hear your and see your your thought process. Like what that took to sort the significant from the insignificant, what needs to happen, what doesn't, how do I get to be in it? How do I take care of her? How do I take care of me? Like it's a whole Rubik's cube you were doing there.
It is. But it is, and
Yeah,
that's
but
what
it's
we're
the
leading
truth.
ourselves through, and that's what we're leading our others through as well. Because okay, life happens. Okay, so how do I reconnect? How do I lead myself from here?
Yes.
And knowing exactly what is it that I desire, where am I moving towards, who am I, what are my core values.
Yep.
Like I'm never gonna be the one that's like, okay, kid, you don't want to go, but you gotta go. Like you not like, okay, screaming, yelling, being all in tears. Like that's not gonna happen. I know, like, okay, where are my priorities? How am I
Yeah.
going to manage this?
Yeah.
And how do I also make sure to prioritize myself in that and my business? And
Yeah,
because
and
prioritizing my business is also prioritizing me.
right, and single moms, I mean, you guys are heroes. Like, oh, come on. Like, that's so much to pull off every day. And I love how you keep fighting kind of for your own individuality. And, you're a feminine leader who has a business and people to tend to and to serve. And, we're all doing this entrepreneurial thing online, which is no joke, friends. If you're an entrepreneur, we see you.
Yes, we
It,
do.
it, the
Yes.
bells, the whistles, all that it takes, the content that needs created, the videos, if you will, right? The
Yeah.
tending to clients, your team, all the things.
Mhm.
Business online, like business offline, has 1,000 details to tend to. And moving into overwhelm and folding doesn't serve. And
No.
so when we're talking about living in pleasure and higher frequencies and calling in supernatural resources, if you want to say that, or
Mhm.
even just the quantum energetics that can help support us and help transmit us in this world. When we're talking about that, we want to be in a certain place for the things of our life, for
Yes.
us first, but then for the things
Mhm.
that we're doing so we can serve others at a higher level, in love, with compassion, having it not be about us, but also about us and then for them. And magnetism captivates, and it feels really good to feel magnetic. And
Yes. My
it's kind
God.
of they're kind of big concepts, right? And we're drilling it down into this kind of simple system. But really, if you practice pleasure, you'll raise your frequency and you'll feel and be more magnetic. That's
Yeah.
it. Boom, 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 and repeat.
Yes. And repeat and repeat and repeat. Yes. And that's where the overflow comes from, and we're just
Yes,
repeating and repeating. Yes.
yes,
Okay, giving
yes,
yourself pleasure, receiving pleasure, making sure to install pleasure in everything. Like, how can I make this even more pleasurable? How
yes,
can I be
yes,
in pleasure, in the beauty, being grateful, being in the now, and saying
yeah,
yes, yes, thank you, yes. That creates an overflow, and that creates an overflow for our clients
yes,
as well. And it also,
yes,
whenever we're faced with something,
yeah,
which we are all the time, it's like bigger decisions, bigger problems, bigger decisions. that's
yeah,
that's how it is,
yeah,
and that's why we're so good at being mentors for our clients, because
yes,
we're walking the talk. We are doing the things.
yes,
We've been through hell and fire and
yes,
earth and water and
yes,
everything. So
yes.
so that, like giving yourself that so you can be even more for your clients and
Hmm.
attract even more, like being in that magnetism.
Yeah,
You feel it. It's something you are,
yeah,
and attracting you're attracting the right clients into your life. You're attracting the right opportunities. I
yeah.
have friends that also, like, whenever we speak, she's like, well, I have two friends that are that ask me like, have you, don't tell me you manifested this, like tell me the story, okay, like were you just like, how did this happen? And I'm like, well,
Yeah,
I I
yeah,
was in that frequency and gratitude, and I was sent out a desire, and I was in my pleasure, my life, my own
yeah,
magnetism. I was
yeah,
doing my thing, I was serving my clients, and I had this desire, and zoom, and there it came.
yeah. And a
And
lot of people, like, I get a lot of people don't get it.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
because it isn't just like this, right? It is because we do the work inside of ourselves. I'm going to keep
Yes.
coming back to that, right?
Yes. Yes. Thank
Um,
you. Yes.
so that we're not undone by fear. So we're not getting hit with shame messages that we're not good enough, or we don't matter, or we're not worthy, or shame. At the heart of shame is a deep sense, and it's not real. It's a lie. Well, I had a coach who told me once, it's like, you know, it's absurd, and yet it feels real to us. But
Hmm.
shame tells us we're bad,
Yeah.
and it lies. And sometimes there's not even words, friends. It can just be inside of you, and you just have this sinking sense that you're not enough, that it won't work for you, that you're impaired or you're broken. And we can have times of feeling shattered and broken and despairing, but we aren't. We are not. That is not the truth of who we are in our authentic identity. And so, shame, slaying, getting it out of the way. I had so much shame that I had to work through. And the only reason I can get on camera and do crazy things is because I'm unshameable.
Yeah.
Like, I can be humiliated, and I have been online just for years and years. And
Yeah.
it just doesn't matter because I
No.
know what I'm here for, who I am, what I'm called to do. And like, shame does not have a hold on me.
Mm.
Here's a question to know how much shame you experience in your life is, do you walk around defending to keep people away? Is your first, if someone says something to you, do you immediately move into your a guardedness? Or the opposite is, if somebody says something and you feel a little bit like that, very nice, can you laugh at yourself with them and go, I know, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Right, right.
Right.
Yes.
You caught
I
you
own
caught
that.
me. You
Yes.
caught me. I'm a human.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, I do that sometimes. And I'm like, I'm having so much fun with it. Like, yes, that's me. Yes, I do. Yes. You know?
Or when your partner, because I'm a married woman of it'll be 29 years. I've been in love with my love,
Wow.
Doug. He's also a coach, my soulmate. And we used to have to like go to battle because our egos were just defending all of the time. Because we're
Oh,
each
yeah.
protecting our shame and not wanting the other guy to see that there might be something wrong with us. We just wanted them to see, oh my gosh, you're everything to me. And I love you so much. There's just nothing. You're my queen. You're my king, right?
Mm,
But if we started to feel a little bit injured or a little bit minimized or put down, we would both move into this defensive place. And I'll tell you,
mm.
just because I can go to bat doesn't mean I want to. Right? And we had to learn how to like
Yeah.
just shed that shame and get, soul to soul and like just love each other and let ourselves be vulnerable in all our humanity and be soft with each other. And him too. I mean, he's a guy, but he can like surrender to just the moment because the point is connection and feeling in love together, right? So, can you laugh at yourself? Do you move into defense? Or can you take a stance of openness and vulnerability and
Mhm.
transparency more and more and more, because at first it's scary as hell.
It is. It is. It's so scary. But it's actually it's the thing that's holding most people back
Yes.
and yeah, destroys so many relationships. And oh my gosh, the stories I have on shame,
Right. And
it's heartbreaking. And you
yeah.
know, but we all feel it. Like we feel it in our face, we feel it on our cheeks, and we're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so ashamed. And what if you just say, okay, I feel so ashamed. I feel so embarrassed, and this is so vulnerable for me to
And
admit.
then you're like,
And I,
why? And it's usually like because somebody might think I'm something.
yes,
And you're like,
somebody might think
okay,
I'm
so
another person.
so
Yeah.
somebody might not like you, or they might call out that thing about you that you're still working on that makes you feel like not good enough, right? Our shame gets projected. And so somebody like sees us in a negative light, it's like, do we fold? Or do we discover more and more the truth of who we
Yes.
are, and we
Yes.
like who we are, and we work through the
Love.
parts of ourself that we don't, right?
Yes. Yeah. Because if you
Nobody
go into
doesn't have
shame and
stuff. Nobody
no,
doesn't have stuff.
no,
Yeah.
exactly. But I think that hiding behind your shame, like really folding, like I want to do this, like because that's what
We
it really feels like.
contract. We go
Oh,
like this,
contract.
right?
And we
Right?
question ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
who am I? Am I that person? Do they say that? Oh, that's so embarrassing. No, and I don't want anyone
Right.
to
That
know.
imposter
And
syndrome piece, right? Where we're feeling
yes,
like, am I a fraud?
am
I,
I?
I,
Am
I'm
I?
a legitimate person, right? Like,
Yeah.
right? And we have to wrestle with that stuff inside of ourselves. But we don't want to camp there, right?
No,
We want to move and shift back into what would feel good to me right now. How can I
exactly.
take care of myself right now? Sometimes, if it's a busy day, guys, it's just about, taking a break. If you're in a
Mhm.
workspace, you're just going to go outside and you're just going to take a moment to breathe and
Mhm.
collapse, if you will. I usually just say ragdoll into your
Yeah.
body and just
Yeah.
take a breath
Mm. Mm.
and find yourself and feel yourself and let it
And
be
when you
okay.
Yeah, when you connect with yourself all the time, you know who you are. You are the
Yeah.
one who
Yeah.
knows yourself the very best. So you can
Yes.
trust yourself. And
Yes.
and when you know that, like I can trust myself and I value myself, I know that I'm important. I know my truth, and no one can ever like make me question my truth. People can
Right.
misunderstand me, people can judge me, people
Yep.
can be on a entirely different page than me. Fine. I'm
Yep.
not gonna let that get to me because I have bigger things to do. And I completely trust myself, who I am. I know
Yeah.
my worth, I know who I am.
Yes.
That is the most important piece of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we all end up coming back to ourselves. Like we're in it first and
we're in
foremost
it.
by ourselves.
We heard
Right?
the person chit chattering in
We're
our
the
head
person.
all the time.
Yes.
We want to have great chit chatter.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
the ones who are waking up with every single day and going to
Yeah.
bed with every single day. The most
Yes.
amazing relationship that you ever have is going to be with yourself because you're in it from birth to
Yeah.
whatever comes.
Yeah.
Like it was
Really, really
fun.
important. Like we like ourselves.
Yes, that we love ourselves. And
Right? Yes. But you know what? It's sometimes easier to love ourselves, right, in a broad sense. But then when something happens
yeah,
and we feel a little lessened, right? Do we still like ourselves?
yeah,
Do we still like ourselves?
yeah.
I wanted to shift a little bit. I wanted to say something about those of you who are entrepreneurs, those of you who are in the online space trying to do this crazy thing that we do as online coaches and mentors and online business women. This identity piece, this resting with conviction and pleasure in the truth of who you are, that work is not an option
No.
because your job in part is to get your message out there and to share who you are and to share what you do and to bring others into your world, if you will, in order to serve them. And that can mean you have to be visible. You have to be online or you have to be on camera, right? And people, there's such blocks for so many people of being visible and showing up.
Yes.
Uh, get a coach,
Yes, get a coach,
get a
get a mentor.
mentor,
Yeah.
uh, travel along with somebody else who's gone before in the ways that you want to grow. Doesn't have to be me, it doesn't have to be Kim, but we don't do this alone. We do this with other coaches. We do this
Oh,
in therapy. We do this in collectives, in masterminds, with others doing, and I keep saying this crazy thing called entrepreneurship, which it is.
yes.
Because the highs, the lows, and all that you have to navigate and pivot and continue to do and not give
Yeah.
up on. I've been doing this forever. I want to
Yeah.
see you get to the finish line, right?
Exactly.
To
And
hang
enjoy
in
the
there and
journey.
enjoy the journey,
Yes.
because we don't become entrepreneurs with successful businesses overnight.
Oh.
It takes again and again and again and hanging in there and continuing to grow. And it's great if you're a person who loves to grow, and not everybody loves to grow, but it is, you can't not.
You can't. Like
You
the
can't
journey of
not. Hey,
entrepreneurship is a
Nicole. Hey,
it's
Nicole. We
it's
got some cool people coming in.
oh, that's
Jennifer,
amazing.
Nicole. Yeah. Uh, Oh, Monita. Wow. Oh, yes, I think Monica talks marriage. Love it.
I don't know
Okay.
if I could see. I don't know if I could
So
see the comments.
unless we, wear our audience out here, because you and I, we could do this with a cocktail in our hand all day long.
Yes. Oh my
All day
gosh.
long. But
Oh,
let's share with people ways to not only just connect with us, but I think we both have like a freebie for everybody. The way I was going to do my freebie is if you just send me a DM. I've got a freebie for you called because I'm a sex therapist. We didn't even talk about that. And
no.
because sexy sex is elevates your frequency really high, really
Yes.
fast,
Yes.
and because
Yes.
sex is pleasure on steroids, if you will, um, I have two things for you. One is called the Pleasure Playbook. Whether you're in a relationship or you aren't, this is me talking to you. This is really the sexiest thing I've ever done in about 40 different audios. It's for men and for women or couples, and it helps you activate your sexuality, your sensuality, opens you to sex if that's a struggle spot, or even could unearth desire that's hard to find. I'm talking to you, my midlife menopausal women.
Mhm.
And that one's $11. But the other one is another sex offer. It's like the benefits of sex if you need motivation for that part of your life. I know I still need motivation and inspiration for our intimate
Yes.
life, and that's completely free.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Yes.
so so
And
and then I have a whole offer suite at lesliegustafson.com/shop. Okay. This is just iceberg goodies that I want you to
yes.
have that are
And
free
let
and
me just
fun and have a big hit.
yes.
And
I
go,
would
you go.
I'd go and grab that if I was you because like to whoever is watching this and even on replay because I mean, the better sex, the better pleasure, the more orgasms. Oh my gosh, what happens in
Honestly,
your
the more
business? You
orgasms, the more pleasure, the more release, the more transcendence, the more possibility, the more there's a time if you've had really great orgasm, or two or three or four if you're a woman. Sorry, guys. Where there is this space after where you are in the most yummy, transcendent, like blissful energy.
Mhm.
And that is probably the most magnetic you can ever be. And what I've found in working with women, more so than men, is that very often, because of the way we've been conditioned around sexuality, very often it's the last thing that we
Mhm.
finally are willing to be vulnerable around and do the work for.
Mhm.
But women, I love you. There is more for you. It is good for
Yes.
you. It is not just about him. It is for
No.
you
Oh my
first. And
gosh.
all of those yummy feelings not only keep your estrogen going, they keep you feeling alive and vibrant
Yes.
and like you have
Yes.
vitality, even at
Yes.
63, giving away my
Yes.
age there. Um, so I
Oh,
encourage you, like, if that's on the
wow.
back burner, don't let it be. There's so much in it for you. Anyway,
Yeah.
again, I could go on and on.
Yes. But I just want to say, like, sometimes when people ask me what's your secret, and I just want to say, well, orgasms. That's part of it.
Right? Cheers to that. Thank you for your openness around
Yes.
that. Thank you for your vulnerability around that. And what do you have, do you want, to give over to people or give away or whatever
Yes.
you're doing?
Yes. Okay. I want to invite you to the Magnetic Masterclass. That's what I'm doing this month. It's all
Nice.
about like
Ooh.
bringing your, like, being in your magnetism. So that like builds
Oh my gosh, that's
perfectly.
so aligned right now.
Yes, it's so aligned, and I'm doing right now. I have the Femme CEO lounge, which is my membership. It's a monthly membership, and I'm
Nice.
doing the Magnetic March in there. And we've been doing, what is it? We've been doing 5 days now, 6 days, and then
Nice.
this is all about being magnetic in feminine sales, being in
Mm,
your magnetism, and that's one audio daily.
nice.
We're doing daily audios in there for entire March. I have, like, there's different themes for the different months. That's what we're doing this
Yes.
month. And it's really activating that within you every day. So we're just like going deeper, going deeper, going deeper.
Nice.
And
Nice.
what are we attracting? And different ways. Like, it's not that push energy. It's not that because that's what
Drive.
we've been in, performative,
Yes.
push and drive. But it's more of attracting a lot
Yes.
of clients, being
Yes.
completely, like, magnetic, attracting things into your life that you desire, and switching it on like every day.
Yeah,
Turning on
and
your
the
magnetism.
the other side is most of us as achievers, as leaders, as businesswomen, as entrepreneurs, we have led with masculine energy, and it's not that we can't because we got it
Mhm.
down, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Right? We've
We have that.
achieved, we drive, we strive, we hustle, we do all of those things. But here's the thing. If you want to burn out fast, keep at it.
Yes. Yes,
Because
exactly.
without this other piece and being able to relax the
Mhm.
masculine and step up and move into the being states of the feminine where things come to you and
Yes.
you
Exactly.
respond to them,
Yes.
you're going to have greater longevity. You're going to feel better. Your physiology isn't going to get tapped out. Your nervous system isn't going to get undone. That's a whole nother talk for a whole nother day. But
Yes.
yes,
Oh
I
my gosh.
love I love that you're doing that in
Yes,
your
like you're like
in
being
in your
creative. You're
membership.
Yes,
Love it.
and yes, going back to that for March is $22
Oh my
for
gosh,
the
that's such a
entire
good
month.
price. What?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
had I had one last year and it was $88 a month. Okay, that's a really
We're
good
doing
price.
that's just for March. Like, so normally
Nice.
it's $111
Okay.
monthly to be in the Femme CEO lounge.
Okay, so
So it's
that's a really
just
great time to get to know you and
Yes,
experience it
it is, and
and
it
get
is.
and get poured into every single day.
Yes,
I love
because
that.
that's what we do, like, every single day. So that are the offers that I want to bring to you. And of course, this is
Beautiful.
just, as you said, top of the iceberg. There's
Yes.
more. There's masterminds, there are business
Yeah.
mastery,
Yeah.
there's deeper work that we get to do as well. But this is a great place to start.
It is. Those are
Yeah.
great places to start. Start
Yes.
with your magnetism and your sexual magnetism.
Yes.
I actually have a magnetic March theme too. Every month, my husband and I name the month for cash and money activation and magnification. So it's magnetic March in our financial world. this month.
Woo! Oh
So
my
cash
gosh, I
coming in,
like it.
cash coming in.
Yes.
Friends, thank you for coming in, whether you dropped in, whether you're going to watch
Mm,
this later. I'm going to have it on both our pages. We just
yes.
appreciate and thank you so much for spending however bit of time you could with us. Hopefully,
Yes.
there's some kind of golden nugget or inspiration or insight that fed you, that gave you something to jump off with, or just really hit you where you are right now. I know what
Mhm.
I'm saying for both of us. We are for you.
Yes.
And we are resources to you, and dip into our DMs for those goodies, and
Yes.
have an incredible day. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And
Thank you
cheers,
so
girlfriend. Cheers.
much. Cheers. And this has been incredible
Of
being here with
course.
you.
Love you, love you, love you. Talk soon.
Love you. Talk soon. Bye.
Bye.